What are old patterns, you ask? Well, for me, they started with ways that I didn't even notice at first. Hi, and welcome to Kathleen's Place. I'm Kathleen. Just remember, this is a safe place, and we thank you for joining. I thank you for joining me today. It's a great honor to have you here, whether you're a returning fellow friend or you're new to this channel. Thank you for joining me today. And so what I'm wanting to share with you today is the new chapter that I've been working on in my life and what I'm going about doing to better my life. I've been through a lot over the past few months, years actually. One is my chronic illness, chronic illnesses I should say, learning how to deal with my chronic illness and live life to my fullest has been a great impact in my life, as well as being separated after 29 years of marriage. And I've been working on rediscovering myself as a artist as well as a person. Now, so for me, old patterns kind of just crept up in my life without me really even noticing. One of those ways that my old patterns was putting everybody else's needs before mine. Didn't matter who it was. Obviously with children, it's a little bit different. You need to put their needs before yours, but there are times when you can say, hey, I need my quiet time. And I did do that once in a while with my kids, and they did normally understand when I needed that. But many other people, I just put their needs first. It didn't matter how exhausted I was, I just did it. And I'm learning that that is not a healthy thing for me. And if I don't keep myself healthy, how am I supposed to be able to help anybody else? Another thing was staying quiet, even though I knew that I needed to say something. There were times that I did say something, but many times I was shut down. But I'm learning different ways of communicating and trying to do things better so that we can communicate properly. So basically, I was just surviving. You know, I was just surviving. I wasn't living life to my fullest. I didn't have the strength to always try to keep myself healthy, to do what I needed to do for me. And those are things that I'm working on changing. I have, which is what another video I will be sharing with you in the future, so stay tuned for that. And that is, what am I doing for to be able to live my life healthier, and even though I have my chronic illnesses. The next section is, how did I know it was time to let go? Now, letting go is not easy. A lot of times in the beginning I didn't have anybody to talk to. I had my oldest kids to talk to, but I didn't want to talk to them about everything either. And I'm talking about our separation. So then I ended up finding a friend actually through YouTube, and we talk almost daily unless she gets way too busy or I'm too tired. And then she suggested books to me, which I haven't been able to start reading, but I have watched the authors and listened to the authors on YouTube and different platforms. So I used to believe that I needed to be the strong one. In life, in family, I had to be the one to make sure that I fixed everything, that I held my family together if there was chaos or disagreements. And I kind of felt alone in that. So through that, I was in survival mode a lot of my life. And being in survival mode, that's not healing, and that's not life. That's not living. So I decided that I actually needed to live life. I didn't have to live a life that was less than what I deserved as a human being. Letting go started slowly. It wasn't just today I'm going to let go. It was a growing period of realizing that I needed to love myself. I needed to stop just living, surviving, and I needed to actually think about myself. I don't mean I had to stop thinking of others. I just mean that I also had to think about me, because I always had this in the background my whole life. Didn't matter, as I was a kid, teenager, youth, if somebody put down or mistreated one of my friends or my siblings, I would be right there to defend them. Or even people who weren't my friends. Maybe there were people that were that I knew from school, but there was bullies that were out ready to beat them up because they were disabled or different. I was right there to let them know that you better go home because there are kids that are going to beat you up. So that was always me. But I always said, and I remember saying this many times throughout basically my entire life, you can say anything to me you want. It doesn't matter. But don't mess with my friends or my family, or those who are less needy, because I will be there to defend them. But I didn't realize in this that I needed to also defend myself. And that was okay. I felt guilty when I chose myself. I felt guilty when I asked for help. I realized that it's okay. It's okay to think of myself. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to state my opinions. And that's okay. And these things I actually learned along with my mom in her last couple of years of life. She was an amazing lady, and who went through a very hard life. So when I took the stand to realize that I needed to watch out for myself, I needed to defend myself, I did ask my husband to leave, and things started to change before that, but definitely more after that. So what am I doing differently now to letting go of past patterns? I'm learning to pause, to listen to the music that I need to listen to help me calm. There are some days that I don't want to listen to anything, but there are other days that I listen to on my TV that I'll have gentle music on, that I can just calmly start my day. And pausing to think about things, and not just living, but actually mindfully living, mindfully thinking about what I need to do. Part of that was thinking about what was going on, even with myself, with my thoughts, my ideas. Were my thoughts coming from love or coming from fear? And practicing saying no without feeling guilty, and knowing it's okay for me to put my boundaries, and it's okay for me to say no. And I'm not hurting anybody by saying no, but I am hurting myself when I don't say no when I need to. Now I know that these are not giant steps. They're small steps, but they're healing steps. And I have been healing. I will say that when my son-in-law and daughter took me in, and my son, and our pets, it was a time of great healing. I was able to open my eyes to see reality. I was able to heal over that time, and I did a lot of sleeping, which was needed due to my chronic illnesses, and part of my healing journey as well. And I really am grateful for that. So even when I'm thinking about myself, I think about myself differently. I used to judge myself all the time for my past mistakes, and I try to be a little bit more kind to myself and give myself a little bit more grace in areas that, places where I have made mistakes in my life. I'm going to be continuing to find out who I am. Now, a lot of us, through motherhood or being married, or just being busy in life, we lose who we are. It doesn't matter who we are. We can be a mother, father, sister, brother, just an individual, and we get lost in life, and we don't realize who we are. We just haven't found out who we are yet, if we're younger. But for me, and I hope you join me in this as well, I'm going to be finding out who I am today as a 53-year-old. And yeah, I hope you join me in that journey. And I will be sharing in other videos about my art, my clothing line that I have. Hopefully you will enjoy it. I have worn several of the items that I have in my clothing line on my videos. And when I order some more, I will share with you my clothes. So in this journey, this is not the beginning of my journey, but I'm partway through it, and I'd like to hear from you. Maybe you're going through a similar journey. Maybe you're struggling in life, whether it's in marriage or just in life in general. I'd love to hear from you. Feel free to put your comments below and share with me what you're going through. Are there patterns that you're trying to let go of from your past? If so, share them with me if you don't mind. I would love to hear everything from you, because I want to walk this journey with you, and I want to just tell you how much I appreciate you and love you and wish you the best of the day, and I'll see you next Friday. Bye-bye.